All right, I'm going to be honest. This is my second take of this video because the first time it was way too long and I ran into a lot of snags that I have since learned from. And so now you don't have to go through that painful process with me and I can go ahead and tell you a few tricks. So here's the deal. We have to get your work into Moodle, but you cannot upload your OneNote notebook. So we have to get all of your notebook stuff into a Word document. So what I've done is I've created a template for you, which is available over here in week 14, case study final copy template, which I have pulled up over here on the left. And I'm going to walk you through how to get everything from your notebook into this template. And then you'll save that template, the Word document, as a PDF, and then that is what you will upload to Moodle. Phew. Okay, so what I've got right now is I have clicked on case study final copy template, saved it to my computer, it is open here. I've also gone ahead and opened up my notebook. So my little note here says, copy your work from OneNote into the Word document below, which is what I have open over here. Now I suggest editing everything in OneNote first and then follow all the directions in the video that you're watching right now. So I suggest doing all of the hard work in OneNote and then copying everything over to Word. Totally up to you. You can copy your rough draft into Word and then use that document to fix it up. That's fine. I don't care. But whatever you submit is your final copy. There are no more tries, there's no more redos. It is what you get for a grade. So it has to go through some process of editing and proofreading. Where you do it is up to you. Okay, so let's go ahead and look at the document that I've created for you to just be able to fill in. The first thing I want you to do before you even read any of it, I want you to double click into the header section. I want you to double click the smoosh together last name, then type your last name in. It should be formatted exactly like I just did it so that your page numbers are correct. It's in Times New Roman, and double click out of it and your header is done. Let's read this first yellow bit. Use this template to submit the final copy of your Wells Family Case Study. Got it. Replace everything in red and delete everything highlighted in yellow. Leave black text alone. So we're going to start simply by putting in our first and last name and then the due date, whenever yours is due. And then change it to black, please. Highlight it, come up here, hit black, and done. Okay, so Wells Family, I'm going to leave this here just as a reminder, but before I submit this, I will go back and delete it. Okay, part 1. Insert your bibliography here, all 6 entries. Remember to alphabetize your sources. You can alphabetize in OneNote and then copy it over, or you can copy over everything and then alphabetize it. So again, I suggest doing it in OneNote and then copying over your final good stuff. Excuse me, I had some Coke and now I'm burping. So I would copy over my good stuff into the Word document, but that's up to you. So I have my annotated bibliography open over here, and this looks super funky. So if I just make this bigger, you can kind of see what it like it's still not even right. And now it's right. So like I'm just gonna go ahead and tell you, you're gonna run into some formatting stuff. That's okay. We're gonna fix it. So insert your bibliography here, all 6 entries. Now, remember, I don't have 6. I've only got the 1 for the example, but that's what I'm going to use. I'm going to delete this yellow text right here, and the first thing I'm going to do is copy my first citation. I've learned recently that right-clicking on this does not work, and so hit Control-C or Command-C if you're on a Mac. So I've highlighted it over here. I'm going to hit Control-C. I'm going to come over to the Word document, click in there, and hit Control-V. Ta-da! Okay, so this is not in my OneNote notebook. It is not Times New Roman. So I'm already going against what I suggested, right? So I'm going to, well, you know what? That's my first citation. I'm going to go ahead and get my first annotation over there too. Highlighted it, hit Control C, come over to the Word document. I'm going to go to the next line, hit Control V, and now my text is copied over. So you're going to do this for all 6, but you're not done yet. I'm going to, let's go ahead and say I've got my whole thing done, right? I'm going to highlight everything I just put in there. Highlight all of it. I'm going to make this bigger. It'll make it a little easier, I think. First of all, I'm going to change it to Times New Roman, which is something you can do in OneNote if you prefer. And I noticed that my spacing is off already for my citation. So I'm going to move Ted up here. Excuse me. And then make sure that everything's correct. I'm going to highlight everything. I'm going to hit the paragraph dialog box. I'm going to turn it to double. And I'm going to click the Don't Add Space Between Paragraphs button and hit OK. All right, now I'm going to highlight the whole entry. Okay, just one entry at a time. I'm going to hit Paragraph, Special, Hanging. And we're going to see what happens. So close. Okay, you want your annotation to be hanging as well. So, tab, and now it's over there. And this is exactly what one entry should look like. Okay, this is what I'm looking for. I'm looking for 6 of these. And then whatever word it starts with is how you will alphabetize it. Okay, A, N, and the don't count, but I'm not going to get super picky on that. Okay, so this is what one entry would look like. You need 6 of them. Let's move on. Check or X. If you need to add a row, I give you instructions, but it's already set up for you to have 9 entries. To get a check mark in the left-hand column, you can copy the one at the top of the table and then paste it where you need it, which just means you can highlight this, hit Control C, go to where you want it, hit Control V. Having some issues, guys. Okay, so I'm going to make this small again. All right, in my OneNote notebook, I'm going to click on Check or X to open that up. And remember, again, I don't have the whole thing done. You will repeat this to fill out the whole chart. I'm going to make this bigger again. Okay. Now, I'm going to go ahead and copy all of my quotation with page numbers. So I'm going to highlight it, hold down Control, and then hit C. I'm going to come back over to the Word document, click into the box that says quotation with page numbers. I'm going to hit Control V, and there it is. I'm going to do the same for the professional opinion. Control C, Control V, and then I notice that I have the check mark. So I'm going to use this one. I'm going to highlight that, Control C, click into that box, Control V. Ta-da! You're going to do this for the entire table. The only thing that I really care about with spacing is I don't. It can be single spaced, it can be double spaced. Just make it Times New Roman. Okay, so don't worry about this section because it could mess up your check mark. I want you to highlight those boxes. We're going to come up here. Well, I'm going to type in Times New Roman and size 12. And then I can also make this single space just so it doesn't take over my entire project. And ta-da! That is one entry. Okay, that is one entry. So you will do the same process for the rest of the chart. Part 3, insert your reflection portion here. Okay, so back to OneNote, going to click on reflection. And as you recall, I did not actually write the whole reflection, but I'm going to take some of this text to show you what to do. So I'm just going to highlight this little bit right here. Highlight it, hit Control C, come over to the Word document. I'm going to highlight what's in yellow. Don't do anything. Hit Control V, and now my text is there. From here, I'm going to highlight everything, turn it to Times New Roman, size 12. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and put this so that it doesn't have extra space. Highlight it, open the paragraph box. Whoop, nope. Double, click on this box, and hit OK. Do you see that? I've highlighted everything. Click on double spacing. Don't add space. Hit OK. And now, here is my first paragraph. And then my second paragraph needs to be tabbed over, so I would just put my cursor right before the word from and hit tab. And then my little last bit, same thing, hit tab. I happen to have some things that are boldened here. Shouldn't be bold, so there we go. Now, this is supposed to be 300 words long, but here's my reflection. Copied and pasted, Times New Roman, double spaced. That's what yours should look like. And then, the very last bit, works cited. Make sure this page starts at the top of its own page. The template has been formatted to do so. We're going to delete that. Make sure your cursor is far to the left. Come back over to our notebook. Click on Works Cited. And then what I'm going to do is, because I already have a title here, I am just going to copy my citations. Remember, you have to have more than what I've got. But highlight your citations, hit Control C, come back over to the Word document, hit Control V. And then go through each one, make sure that everything is double spaced, paragraph, line spacing, double, don't add. And then, let's see, I should be able to scooch that up. Oh, it's not letting me. That's okay. All right, and then I'm going to highlight this, paragraph, special, hanging. Ta-da! Here we go. And now my Works Cited page is done. Alphabetical order, both end in periods. My first one goes on to a second line. There's a little extra spacing there. So it's going to be frustrating, and I'm sorry about that. Did not intend for that to happen. But you need to get your OneNote notebook stuff into the Word document. Whether you edit it in Word or OneNote is up to you. As you noticed, like, I didn't go through everything and change it to Times New Roman before I put it into the Word document. And so you can just do a select all and turn everything into Times New Roman, which would be great too. But I see some yellow text here. I'm going to delete that. I'm going to go ahead and delete what's on top here. And then this is what, fill out your chart. This is what I would submit to Moodle, okay? So, File, Save a Copy. And then we're going to choose PDF and Case Study, Final Copy, and Save. And here it is. So, wherever you tell your computer to save this, that's what you're going to upload to Moodle. I'm here to help you if you need it.